Yeah, so I'm Chris. I am a summer student here at Steve's. Been here for about 3 months. I came from university. I've done 3 years of schooling. Yeah, I think the way I got into Steve's is some family, friends, just mutual acquaintances. I started chatting, and then through there I got the content information for actually it was Jason Brandt. Started chatting with him a little bit, went for coffee with him, and voila! Somehow I ended up at Steve's the next week. It's going good. I would say I really have enjoyed the people, like going with the coworkers. One memory I have to share is, I think it was in my first week for sure. I don't quite remember if it was the first day. I was just working away and all of a sudden I heard a whistling noise fly by and it was a Nerf gun. One of my coworkers had a Nerf gun in the office and was shooting a Nerf gun bullet across the office. And it was kind of at that moment I'm like, you know what? This place is pretty cool. So that would be one moment. So that would be one of the big things I've really enjoyed so far has been the people. Yeah, I think overall I have really enjoyed the time at Steve's so far. Yeah, I mean it's a job, so you're working hard. There's lots of the saying I always use is hurry up and wait. So there'll be times when you have to work really hard, but then there's also going to be times when you've got a little bit of time to take it easy, relax a little bit. So there's lots of that. Lots of joking going on in the office, so anybody that's coming, be ready for that. But yeah, it's an awesome place to work. Ooh, that's a really good question. I think the one, I'm gonna have to think these up a little bit as I'm speaking, but I really think positive would be one. Like, there's definitely going to be tense moments, but through it there's still a positive atmosphere. So that would be one. Maybe you could almost pair like fun with that. There's lots of that. I'm not going to say the whole entire job is fun, but there are definitely moments that are quite fun. Another word that describes these. Oh, I think another one is I don't know how to condense this into one word, but like small enough. It's a small enough company that you're not just one random like cog in a wheel way out there. A number on a spreadsheet. You're actually still in the company. You're still it's small enough that you're still a member of the team. So team oriented maybe would be a word for it. Yeah, I don't know if you want to count that as 2 or 3, but those would definitely be some of them. That's a really good question though. I know one more thing I can definitely speak to is there is an element of trust involved. Skills I've developed. Well, I've definitely had to sharpen my computer skills for sure. I remember the first day I walked in, they had the 3 monitor setup and I was like, whoa! Basically have a command center here, not just a computer, but so definitely had to sharpen up computer skills. Working in Excel, for example, is something I'm doing all the time. In Teams, I hardly ever used Teams before, so those were 2 things. So I guess basic computer skills would be one. One thing I've had to learn a little bit of, maybe both the easy way and the hard way, is communicate lots, even when you are not totally sure, just communicate. Well, I'll piggyback a little bit off I didn't even mean that as a pun, but I'll piggyback off the last comment. Just as simple as it is, forming a decent sleep schedule and getting into that rhythm of like consistency. It sounds like a smaller thing that every person should know, but that actually was something I had to work on in the first few weeks for sure. It's much easier now, but that first few weeks trying to keep consistency in your schedule was quite something. Something I'm still working on now? Think remembering everything maybe would be one. There's lots of little, maybe I'm not quite sure if this is the right word, but little quirks with different farms or different companies or just different situations will require a little bit of different knowledge that may not be super obvious. So then learning to ask the right questions at the right time so that you can have a complete picture when you're entering an order or dealing with whatever situation, that would be another one. So just, yeah, asking good questions. But then if you do have a way to find the answers, then going for it as well, that would be another one. Other proud moments. I think maybe this is another small thing, but being ahead of schedule. So when all of a sudden supervisor or one of your coworkers asks, "Hey Chris, could you do this?" But you already knew it was coming and you already did it ahead of time. So could you do this? And then you literally just hand them the paperwork they need. Or could you do this? Oh, it's already done. Or like this, but working ahead, so you're already learning the environment, the people, the situations, so that when the question comes, you're actually already there and you already finished it. That's definitely a proud moment. I've started to have more and more of those just from knowing what's coming. So having to be told less and less what to do and you've done it already earlier, or yeah, it's a small thing, but that's definitely been something I've been quite proud of at times. Well, one way I can definitely answer that is Manitoba is big in agriculture, and this was and is one big part of agriculture because, I mean, Steve's is hauling pigs, they're doing cattle, like they touch on a very big part of Manitoba's major industries, put it that way. So learning another piece of an industry very close and important to Manitoba, it always furthers your career goals there because you just have so much more knowledge of super important industries. I think for myself as a business student, it just teaches you lots. I mean, I'm even thinking like as a student we're gonna spend so much time in Excel. Well, I've never been more adept in Excel than I am right now. So something simple as that. Again, this is gonna sound so simple, but even just things like phone call etiquette. I mean, maybe for some people it comes very natural, but I had to do some fine tuning with mine, and I had a few of them come beside me and say, "Hey, try this next time you're on the phone, or try adding this into your next phone call." And there's little things like that are definitely going to help in the future career. And yeah, I think lots of fine tuning things. And going into a business career, another big one is you meet so many people. You put lots of faces to names, and yeah, connections are a very big part of the business world, right? So that's also been big. Yeah, I think there's all kinds. And then another big one, it's going to look very good on a resume as well, having worked at Steve's. So whether I stay, whatever ends up happening in the future, either way, it's going to be incredibly invaluable that way. Yeah. I mean, I can go further, but that's kind of what comes to mind. Well, I knew I wanted a job that would, probably should back up. I wanted a job that would look good on a resume. So I wanted one that was going to be related to business. So those were kind of two criteria in my mind coming in. And then why Steve's? I wanted the guy, like I said, I've grown up around hogs. My family has been doing hogs for as long as I can remember. So I wanted to still be related to that industry, even if I wouldn't necessarily be in the barn. So I wanted to keep it related to that. And I love animals, I love everything to do with farming, so I wanted to stay in that world. So that was all kind of things going around in the back of my mind when, like I mentioned, one of my friends who I'd met with and knows of Jason Brandt. So when those two started talking a little bit, my name got thrown around, and the next thing you know, I have a message on my phone from Jason Brandt asking to go for coffee. And from there, it just went off to the races. I went for a coffee with him, and I guess he must have liked what he saw because I ended up here. But yeah, it went well. Oh yeah. So, good. I mean, you feel like you're a part of the team. One thing that I definitely have picked up on since I started here is there's a culture of like kind of almost like own your mistakes. If you screw up, don't try to hide it, own it. That's definitely been one thing I picked up on. I've seen a few times. Definitely appreciate. So maybe honesty. I'm not quite sure if that's the right word for it, but honesty would definitely be one. I mean, it's going to sound cliche, but I think the other word for it is integrity. So, you know what, if you messed up, go just put it out there, be honest, and figure out how to do it better next time. That kind of mentality, definitely appreciate that. It sounds like a very easy thing that every company should do, but it's actually not that easy, and many companies don't actually follow that. There's lots of almost infighting or whatever, and there's just none of that here. Or at least I haven't seen any of it yet. So that's so far, I really appreciated that. Definitely a culture of grace. When you're learning new things, you are going to hit a few snags along the way and then a few bumps on the road. So I've definitely appreciated the grace. I think at this point, I have probably had every single person in the customer logistics or the dispatching side come up to me and say, hey, this is not right, I'm pretty sure you set it up wrong. I mean, like, ooh. The amount of times I've done that has been a lot already. But yeah, you learn, right? And just don't make the same mistake again. If you made it once, then I'll learn from it and keep going. But at this point, I must have had almost everybody in the office already find something I've done wrong. But it's just the same thing, just own it. Yep, my bad, you keep going. So I've really appreciated that, the grace culture there. If you are in the same boat as me and you're not totally sure where you're going, you're in Manitoba, like, just give it a shot. You never know what's gonna happen. I have really enjoyed my time, and it was not even on my radar until I got that message in my inbox from Jason Brandt, and you know what, it's been awesome. Fun culture, fun workplace. That way, I haven't had many companies like this. I worked for a few companies and I haven't had anything quite like this before. So that has been really fun. Yeah, any advice is, I would say try it. I mean, if you have a summer job, like, I don't see anything you have to lose. Go for it. It's been great. I've really enjoyed it, and we will see what happens next. I still don't know, but yeah, I would say go for it. It's the simplest advice I can give. You never know till you try.